what should be the wisest thing for Taiwan to do? I think it's extremely important for Taiwan to be aware that at a time, at such a dangerous time like this, you've got to be very careful with what you do. I know that there are people in Taiwan who believe that what will be good for Taiwan is independence of some kind. That would be dangerous under any circumstances, but it would be especially dangerous at a moment like this. Because if you walk into a room full of gas and you light a spark, you get a major explosion. So people who are pushing for independence have to understand the dangers. And there's also one paradox here. The goal of pushing for independence is to have greater freedom of action, to be able to do more things that you think you can do if you're independent. Effectively, though, if Taiwan pushes for independence, Taiwan is going to become more and more isolated globally. Because right now, one of the great benefits of being a Taiwanese is that you have a passport that is recognized and accepted 150, 160 countries around the world. But just imagine, if you push for independence, you force countries to decide, do I want to recognize Taiwan as independent? I guarantee you this. The majority of countries will not recognize Taiwan as an independent country. This is a geopolitical reality. So what you do, therefore, in pushing for independence is to lock yourself up into a small jail and throw the key away. Now, this may be a beautiful island to live in, but your capacity to travel and to engage the world will be diminished, especially now, because it's such a dangerous moment in history. I also know that people here who believe that perhaps you could go to the UN and get some support in some way or another. Having been an ambassador to the UN for over 10 years, I can tell you that UN ambassadors are incredibly astute in their understanding of global geopolitics. They know what needs to be done. And they also know, many of them, if you force them to make a choice between China and Taiwan, there is no choice for them. Their ties with China have gone up by leaps and bounds, right? Take trade between China and Southeast Asia. In the year 2000, trade between US, China and ASEAN was only $40 billion in 2000. By 2022, it had become $975 billion, almost $1 trillion. Southeast Asian countries cannot sacrifice $1 trillion in trade. A country like Brazil, that's far away. It took Brazil 20 years ago, 1 year, to export $1 billion to China. Now it takes Brazil 60 hours to export $1 billion to China. And you're asking the Brazilians, choose. So therefore, it's very important if the people of Taiwan want to preserve the peace that they have had, you must understand what a complex, difficult geopolitical environment is arriving your way, please be extremely alert. Please be extremely careful, because if you're not, the consequences can be very painful. Thank you.